Merc show is an 18-plus show that's purely entertainment only. It's a made-up person with a made-up name that lives in a made-up town. Therefore, it is not a threat or promote terrorism. So don't take him seriously. Frank Weasel! Hello, mercenaries. Welcome to the 29th episode of the Merc Show and the mid-season finale. Welcome to my Easter and Irish Day, St. Patrick's Day special. Yeah. St. Patrick's Day and Easter combined together in one episode, because this is the season finale. Not the series finale. I like you, mercenaries. You're awesome. The audience is slowly growing, and I like that. But I do season finales, because even, like I said, even the Merc Man needs a break every once in a while. And definitely I need a break, because I finally did it. I defeated the faceless CEO. I shot him in the dick. And he was screaming like, ow, my... I think it was like something about his pecker. He's like, ow, my pecker. I was trying not to laugh. But I shot him in the dick. Because that little motherfucker had my Boba Fett figure all along. He wanted to attach it to his car and make it into a fucking hood ornament. Fuck that shit. I'd rather attach his balls to his car and turn that into a hood ornament. But anyways, I got my gun, shot him in the balls, which I only had one bullet left, so I really had to make it count, and grabbed my Boba Fett figure and I ran. So he's probably in the hospital right now, but I imagine when he does get out, he's gonna be really, really, really pissed off. So that's why I need to lay low for a little while with this break. Alright. Now to get on with the show, and that is, it's time for Who's Got the Balls? And that's why I'm also wearing green. And I'm wearing this shirt inside out because it has a design on it, and I really, really, really don't want to get copyrighted, so I had to turn this shirt inside out. Alright. March Madness is still in effect because I see a lot of basketball here, so let's get started. Let's see here. Alright. Believe it or not, the Undertaker, the wrestling is still doing good. He still managed to lift 500 pounds at his age of 50, and that's pretty damn impressive. So, that's awesome for the Undertaker. In baseball news, Adam Relax puts family first in walking away from White Sox. Instead of trying to compromise with the White Sox on a request to limit his son's time with the team, Adam Roloff is walking away from $13 million. Wow. Talk about temptation. And in international soccer, the UEFA Champion League aims Burial Bale out Guardiola versus Juventus. Bayern Munich is still alive in the Champions League after a remarkable comeback Wednesday over a Juventus team that appears on its way to the quarterfinals before allowing a goal in the 90th minute with two more in extra time. And in NFL news, Barnwell getting the latest free agent deals. The Patriots traded for T.E. Martellus Burnett and signed D.E. Chris Long. Long. Let's see. I lost my place here. Okay, Chris Long. Good or bad moves? Bill Barnwell is here to will clarify the chaos by grading each notable free agent deal and trade. And in men's college basketball, a 16 beating a 1 is never going to happen, right? It is Mark's fairy tale, a college basketball phenomenon often discusses, but never seen. Even the boldest of bracket prognosticators, sports, I hate sports. Dare not to consider it. We ask again, can a 16 overbeat a 1? I say yes. 16's a higher number. Making me look like a dumbass when I'm about math. Alright. In Major League Baseball news, Cardinals looking into anti-gay allegations. Tyler Dunnington, a former pitcher in the Cardinals organization, told Sports.com, he left baseball after overhearing derogatory comments from teammates. Okay, so there's homophobia there. And the president visited the women's college basketball team. Good job, Barack. Alright. Well, there seems to be not going on in the sports news, so let's move on to NASCAR to see who's got the gas. Who ate their beans this week? Let's find out. And McGee's feeling a little down. Are you feeling a little down in the dumps? It's going to be okay, Dr. Rancy Ryan. The internet's only license, as far as you know, Motorsports Advanced columnist is here to help. And power rankings, going back to Cali. Kyle Busch is a constant as can be to start 2016, but he's still looking for that first victory. Running up front is a art. And Busch is good enough to stay atop Ryan McGee's sprint car power rankings. And that's about it for this week in NASCAR. And that's it for Who's Got the Balls. And now we're moving on to Dick of the Week. In this Dick of the Week, it was going to be Judas for my Easter special, but something happened to me Tuesday that I like to discuss. And that is cable television and satellite television. When I'm on my off time, I watch this show called Moonshiners on Discovery Channel. That way it helps me understand the law and how I can learn to get away with shit. That's the reason why I watch it. This show has been on since Halloween. And I was just wondering when the season finale was going to happen. Well, I finally got my wish. Last Tuesday, not this week's Tuesday, but the one before that. And they're like, oh, it's the season finale. What's going to happen? Oh, season finale. Okay, they're closing up the season. Leaves are turning color. Moonshine season's over. Like, thank goodness. I want to play my video games. I want to watch my superhero shows. No more fucking competition. Well, here's where the Dick of the Week comes in. So, bam! Brand new episode of Moonshiners. Last Tuesday, practically 2 days ago. Alright. Discovery Channel. What part of finale do you not fucking understand? Alright, I don't have time for your bullshit. Don't lie to us, you motherfucking white teeth. Pull that shit again, and I'm gonna take your gonads, wrap it around your neck, and make a hula hoop out of it. It's fucked up. Don't lie to us, man. When we have plans planned, okay, I had things to do. Not sit on my ass and watch Moonshiners. And that's not the... Moonshiners is the only one. I'm not just hitting on Moonshiners that much. Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. I remember us saying one year that this is the finale. This is the series finale. So I'm like, okay, he's closing down the Fantasy Factory. This is sad, but he had a good run. I watched the last season. Well, guess what? A year later, boom, another season of Fantasy Factory. Calling it the final season of Fantasy Factory of Rob Dyrdek. What the fuck? Guys, if we go to end something, end it. Alright? Crying out loud. So, that's why you're the dick of the week this week, cable companies, and satellite companies, because when you say it's a finale, make it a fucking finale. Don't bring us back and waste more time just so you can get more ratings, and ratings equals money. Know what I like to do with money? I like to give it to fucking prostitutes and strippers. That's what I do with my money. And actually today I'm going to spend most of my money getting drunk ass shit, because it's St. Patrick's Day. So congratulations, cable and satellite companies. You're this week's Dick of the Week. Alright. In other news, it is with a heavy heart that I have to announce that. What's his name? Hold on, guys. Alright. Drew Henley has passed away at the age of 75. If you don't know who Drew Henley is, he was Red Leader in Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The very first Star Wars movie in the 70s that hit theaters. He was the guy that was the leader of the X-Wing fighters until he did a kamikaze and died. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen Star Wars yet, then what the fuck are you doing? Watch it. And right when that happens, Luke Skywalker kind of takes over as the new leader of the X-Wing fighters. But anyways, he was that guy that says, "Hey, are you sure you can fly this thing, Luke?" And then Binks Dark Matter, I don't know if he's still, that the guy that plays him is still alive or not, but I imagine he is. He would say, "Sir, Luke is the best push pilot ever." And then he shakes his head and goes, "Yeah, you'll do alright." Anyways, that guy sadly has passed away. So, Drew Haley, Red Leader, you are awesome, man. I definitely respect your work. I'm always sad when a Star Wars actor passes away. Rest in peace, man. Thank you for my love and passion for Star Wars. You did good, man. No doubt, I'm sure you probably starred in other films and movies too, but for which ones, I do not know. I'm not that familiar with 70s movies other than Jaws and Smokey and the Bandit and Star Wars. That's like the only main 70s movies I'm familiar with. Possibly Life of Brian and Holy Grail. I don't know if that's 70s or 80s. You guys feel free to leave comments below to let me know when Monty Python and the Holy Grail came out. In case you're wondering, I'm trying to look up a really cool Easter story for you guys. And while we're waiting for Easter, let's talk about St. Patrick's Day. Now, St. Patrick's Day, a lot of people are thinking, let's go out and find ourselves a pot of gold. Let's catch a little leprechaun, fuck it, and ask where his pot of golds are, and then you'll be farting out rainbows out your ass. Well, it's not just that. And it's not just going around and pinching everybody in the butt cheeks. You know, it's about drinking a shitload of beer and celebrating. But that's not really what it's about. St. Patrick's Day is a patron saint named Patrick who had the ability to drive the snakes off of Ireland with, I guess, a flute or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not that good with legends. But what I know is that St. Patrick drove the snakes from Ireland. That's why you see no snakes in Ireland. And he became a legend. And from that moment on, he became St. Patrick. And he always wore green and you know, he like took that, like he just took a snake and like twisted it, wore it like a bow tie, you know, all that cool shit. Yeah. I'm trying to find a really good story for you guys. Alright. Fuck this. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown because the Find a Fact contest is finally over and I'm eager to announce the winner. And plus, Anthony's got a whole bunch of unboxing videos and he needs to save the megabytes on his phone for that. Alright. Now moving on to Easter. When you think of Easter, you're thinking of Easter baskets, coloring eggs, putting on nice fancy dresses, and for you female mercenaries out there, and for my men mercenaries, nice tuxedo and tie, go to church, and eat a shitload of chocolate. Well, it's not that. Not just that. You know, most kids wait for the Easter Bunny to hide their Easter eggs. They have to find them. Hooray. And then I guess you eat the eggs after you boil them or some shit. But make sure you take the shells off, because if you eat the whole egg, that's kind of stupid and a little disgusting. Yes, I do find some things disgusting, believe it or not. I really do. That's how my head is so fucked up. Alright. Easter. As you know, Christ came down. He was born on Christmas. Chosen to be the prophesied Messiah to lead the people and give them guidance. You know, the Son of God. And you know, he was pretty successful until the Romans had enough of his shit. And he gets arrested. And they tell them, hey, we're going to release someone. Should we release this Jesus guy or should we release this prisoner? They chose the prisoners, the dumb fucks. That left Jesus to be sentenced to death. And he was sentenced to death by crucifixion. They took big giant-ass nails, hammered his hands into this giant wooden cross, and they just strung him up. And they stabbed him with spears. They gave him possibly sponges to drink off of, drink water, or possibly wine to ease the pain. And you're just going to hang there until you died, just hanging around. So Jesus did die for our sins after that son of a bitch Judas betrayed him after our Last Supper. Like I said, Judas would have been the dick of the week if this stupid cable shit didn't happen. But, yeah, so they're like, yay, we defeated him. Sucker. Well, guess what? You guys are the suckers. Because you returned to his fucking tomb and it's fucking empty. And I want to say it was Mary Magdalene that found him before he went to heaven. I'm not sure, but he was just like, hey, I did my part. Time for me to go to heaven. I'm going to be seated at the right hand of the Father. And I had sacrificed myself so that sins can be forgiven. And that time where he got... time when he was executed was Good Friday. And then, last but not least, the day he got resurrected and went to heaven with his corpse, his body, was Easter, and he said that he was going to return, and I truly believe he has, and he will. He'll keep showing up, guys. But that's the real truth of Easter. Alright, so with that said, time to begin wrapping up this Find a Fet contest. And I did have some participants, but sadly no one got the answers right, so that means my games will be going to GameStop. However, for those participants, you're going to get a quarter, and every time you answer it, I got to give you guys something for participating. So depending on how many times you played, determines how many quarters you got. It could be a full $1, it could be $2. I just gotta do some fucking research after this. But anyways, here's the video for Find a Fet the before. That is to try to guess where he goes in my collection. Being that I just revealed Boba Fett, here he is sitting right here, chilled, being a badass. Heck yeah. And then here is the familiar sight which you've been seeing. That's right, folks. You notice this missing spot here? The big reveal. Boba Fett goes right here. There you have it, folks, the answer. Boba Fett goes right between Darth Maul and Luke Skywalker, because Darth Maul is probably my 4th favorite character in the Star Wars franchise, and then right next to Luke Skywalker there, being that the bases match. And no, I am not completely naked. I just had to take my gloves off because this, delicate, Plus that gloves have had blood and shit all over it. But yep, I finally got my Boba Fett figure. Like I said, I gave Mr. Corporate CEO, hey CEO, look at this. Teabagging you asshole. That's right. I shot that motherfucker right in the fucking balls. He has no more testicles. Let's see how he feels, huh? Yeah, he always... As the Merc Man, I always get my nuts attacked. People won't stop leaving my balls alone. I'm either getting stabbed in the balls, kicked in the balls, or shot in the balls. Well, this time, I shot him in the balls. Hopefully he won't come back next season. Alright. So there you have it. The answer for Find a Fet. Thank you all for playing, and I will let you know if I come up with any more awesome kick-ass contests. Because that was fun, I definitely want to do it again. There you have it, folks. The answer to Find a Fet. So, am I going to have more contests? Hard to say, but to be honest. Maybe when I have more viewers and more subscribers, I'll do some more contests. But until then, I'm going to just go lay low. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to go get shit-ass drunk. I'm going to get shit-faced. Be drunk as a drunken mule. Just a flat-out drunk asshole. I'm probably going to be sleeping with a couple of homeless dudes tonight. Anthony will be back live on stream. Just give him a few minutes. A few days. Not minutes, but a few days. He'll be back. He'll premiere his very first live stream in a long time on... Easter Sunday at 12 o'clock at midnight, and he's going to stream Rocket League for a half an hour. So, definitely don't want to miss that. I'm going to watch it. I'm looking forward to it. It's about time, because he is losing his mind. Luckily, he didn't hijack my channel this time. Son of a bitch. But anyways, you guys have a good St. Patrick's Day. If you drink responsibly. Make sure you have a designated driver. And then, as for Easter, you guys have a really good Easter Sunday. And when the season 3 premiere of, or season 4 possibly, of the, season 4 Merc Man show, I'm going to have 2 reviews. I'm going to have Marvel Battlegrounds reviews. Actually, 3 reviews. I'm going to have Marvel Battlegrounds. And I'm going to have Star Wars The Force Awakens playset from Disney Infinity Star Wars. I'm going to give my full-on review now that I have Boba Fett and can unlock everything. Then I'm going to do a Marvel review, Marvel Battlegrounds review of Disney Infinity. Then finally, Batman vs. Superman. I'll be giving my review on that. Me and Anthony will be seeing that this weekend, so you guys already know who I'm loyal to. Let me know who you guys are loyal to. A lot of people are swaying towards Batman, which is kind of, which is alright, but, you know, it's like, I've met guys like Bruce Wayne, and I didn't say I meet Bruce Wayne, I said I met guys like Bruce Wayne's, and they're stuck-up assholes, they're douchebags. And so, you know, I hate those rich bitches, rich pricks, you know. But anyways, yeah, so next time on the Mercman Show, it'll be the season premiere. Star Wars Disney Infinity review. Marvel Disney Infinity review. And then Batman vs. Superman movie review. Alright guys, well, like I said, have a good St. Patrick's Day. Drink responsibly. Have a designated driver if you get too hammered. And as for Easter, have a really good Easter Sunday. Make sure you hide your Easter eggs real well so that the Easter Bunny can find them for you. Or actually, no. Wait. Put eggs out. That way the Easter Bunny can find them. And spread them all over, and you'll get a chocolate bunny, I guess, if you're successful. Alright guys, so that'll do it for this season finale of the Mercman Show. I'm going to take a 3-week vacation. Just like before. Possibly two weeks. It depends how bored I get. How soon I'll be back from vacation. Alright, mercenaries. Remember, pick a good contract. Don't take anyone's side. And I'll see you guys on the next Mercman Show. Hey, look at my monkey. Anyways, I forgot something, mercenaries. On my outro, don't forget to like this video because likes are very important on YouTube, and also don't forget to subscribe to become an official mercenary. Alright, now I can say it. Don't take anyone's side, pick a good contract, and I'll see you guys on the next Mercman Show.